You walk into someone's home, and it feels different. Clean lines, open space, almost nothing on the counters. And somehow, you feel calmer just standing there. Meanwhile, back at your place, your closet is overflowing, your desk is buried, and you can't remember the last time you saw an empty surface. So what's the difference? Why do some people thrive with less, while others feel comforted by abundance? Today, we're exploring the psychology behind minimalism and what it reveals about how different minds work. 1. A high need for mental clarity.
Okay,
Let's
class,
start with
follow
something
along.
psychologists
This arrow
call
connects to the input
need
here,
for cognitive
and this
closure.
is the feedback loop.
That's your brain's desire for order, structure, and resolved tasks. When your environment is cluttered, your mind treats every visible object as unfinished business. That pile of mail? A decision you haven't made. Those clothes on the chair? Another open loop. Each item creates a tiny mental burden. People drawn to minimalism are especially sensitive to this kind of background noise. Their brains feel calmer and function better when surrounded by fewer possessions. That's why some people can live happily among collections, while others feel suffocated by the same space. It isn't just aesthetic, it's neurological. 2. A strong sense of personal control. Minimalists also tend to have what psychologists call an internal locus of control. That means they believe their happiness comes from their own actions, not from external circumstances. Think about advertising. Someone with an external locus of control might believe the right purchase will finally fix their life. Minimalists are more skeptical. They think, I can build happiness through what I do, not through what I buy. Research on consumer behavior shows they're less influenced by trends or social pressure. They buy because something is useful, not because everyone else has it. Owning less also means managing less, which reinforces
Wow,
their
what a
sense of
beautiful
independence and autonomy.
Let's go explore.
3. Less materialism, more meaning. Psychologist Tim Kasser's research has shown that high materialism often goes hand in hand with insecurity and lower well-being. People who constantly chase possessions are sometimes trying to fill psychological gaps.
Cool.
Minimalists, on the other hand, tend to find validation elsewhere, through relationships, growth, or experiences. They don't need objects to prove who they are. Other studies show that experiential purchases, like travel, learning, or time with loved ones, create longer-lasting happiness than buying things. Minimalists seem to understand this intuitively. They'd rather spend money on memories than merchandise. Their identity comes from what they do and who they connect with, not what they own. 4. Sensitivity to overstimulation. Another big factor is sensory sensitivity. About 20% of people are naturally more reactive to environmental input. For them, busy spaces aren't just messy, they're overwhelming. A cluttered room feels chaotic. Every object competes for attention. Studies using brain imaging show that visual clutter can activate stress responses. Many minimalists fall into this sensitive group. That's why minimalism often goes beyond physical stuff. They simplify schedules, limit commitments, create streamlined routines. They're not just decluttering homes, they're designing calmer lives. 5. Thinking long-term. Finally, minimalists often share something called a future-oriented time perspective. They focus more on long-term outcomes than short-term gratification. When they see something they want to buy, they don't just ask, do I want this right now? They ask, will I still want this in a year? Where will I store it? What happens when I move? That kind of forward thinking naturally slows accumulation. Research shows future-oriented people tend to save more, make healthier choices, and avoid impulsive behavior. Minimalism fits perfectly with that mindset. It's the result of repeatedly choosing long-term simplicity over short-term desire. So what does all this mean? Minimalism isn't about deprivation. It isn't a trend. It's a natural fit for certain cognitive and personality traits. If you're drawn to minimalism, your brain might crave order, value autonomy, seek meaning through experiences, or think carefully about the future. And if minimalism doesn't appeal to you, that's just as valid. Your mind might thrive on variety or find comfort in abundance. The real goal isn't to copy someone else's lifestyle. It's to understand your own psychology and design a life that works with it, not against it.
Hey
If
everyone,
you enjoyed
don't
this
forget to
video,
like and
make sure to
subscribe.
like,
It really helps my
subscribe,
channel grow.
and share your
Thanks
thoughts in the
for
comments
watching.
below. What kind of environment helps your mind feel calm? See you in the next one.